Yani Madad. So I believe someone has a question.
Trema, if you want to unmute yourself.
Hi, Ali Madad, brother.
Yeah, Ali Madad. Yeah, Ali Madad.
Again, beautiful. May Mola accept your seva, bless you, and give you strength to keep doing this. And when you travel, Mola Tamara Safar Salamat Rakhe.
Ameen, Ameen.
Now, you touched on, part 5, but you didn't really go into the detail of the amanat. With Mola's blessing, inshallah, I will listen to your dua sessions. I've just completed part 1 of that. But if you don't mind, if you can talk more about the amanat and specifically about the song, which is something that we've been taught is one of our greatest amanat, and I feel the song is one of our greatest barakat and blessing, if you understand what the song is. So please, I would appreciate this.
Okay. So I do not consider the son as an amanat. Okay, this is just my personal opinion. I do not consider the son as. What is for us is karas. Remember, if you remember this principle, what is for us is karas. When Imam gives us rozi, which is our earning, may that it be of the money, of the time, of the knowledge, of our power, our strength, we must give a part of that as the son to the Imam and in the service of the Imam to the Jamaat. Because Imam is giving us the rozi every day, the earning, we are saying, Ya Mola Bapa, because you have given me rozi, I wanted to take the son out and I wanted to put my dason. Remember, it's not about the money, because if we limit our dason to the money only, then what we are doing? We are not giving the dason of our breath, our time, our knowledge, our strength. Those are also a daily earning to a mu'min, and they're supposed to give 12.5% of all of that. In example, I'll just give you one example and you will understand. The 24-hour a day, 12.5% of the day is 3 hours a day. We must give 3 hours a day to the Imam. And normally we do 2 hours in the morning, 1 hour in the evening. But if for any reason, if we are doing that without the understanding and the niyat of giving the son, then you are giving and you don't even know you are giving. Okay? So now when you listen to Dua part 5 and the understanding of the amanat, you will come to this conclusion that there are higher amanat. And that's why when it comes to amanat, I talk about ajre azim, their greater reward. And the greatest reward of all of the reward is the reward of the true knowledge of the Imam. That is the amanat which nobody knows you have it. Remember, in the amanat, if you are from Pakistan, India, or one of those countries where people used to travel and they will leave their treasure, the valuable, with you. That is amanat. What Imam is living with you today? That is one thing, and that is Imam's true knowledge he has given to you. And remember, amanat, nobody would know about it. You will know about it. Our earning, it cannot be amanat because everybody knows about it. And amanat, nobody should know about it. So there's a difference between earning and the trust, the amanat that Imam has given to you. Remember, we are talking about the batin, higher understanding. Very great question. Thank you for asking.
यानी मदद एक कुरान की कोई आयत है कि मुझे कर्जे हसना दो ताकि मैं तुमको, ये भी दसों पे लागू पड़ती है ये चीज?
कर्जे हसना जो है जी, एक आयत है कि तुम अपने आगे forward a loan, a beautiful loan, उसको बोलते हैं गुड डीड्स. हमारे जो अमाल है ना, that is our कर्ज़ हसना, that Allah with His utmost mercy saying that if you send me your good deeds, I will keep that as your loan to me, a beautiful loan to me, and when you come to me, I will return that loan back to you. So there is a loan, कर्ज़, the loan की बात हो रही है यहाँ पर. And if you cannot find that in ayat, you let me know, and I'll be happy to share that with you.
Okay, thank you.
When you were talking about Surah Shifa, I did not quite catch what they when you say that prayer to remove the sickness. Could you explain that to me? And you were connecting it with Surah Al-Hamd. I did not quite understand that bit. Could you kindly explain to me what you really meant by Surah Shifa?
Okay, I could not hear completely, but let me repeat the question what I heard. You are saying the sickness and the relationship with the Surah Shifa, Surah Al-Hamd. So what I said, it is said, there is a tradition that if someone is sick, then you should recite Surah Al-Hamd as a part of your medicine, of your shifa, of your prescription. So if you recite Surah Al-Hamd, Surah Shifa, if someone is sick in your family, then it gives them a courage and power to overcome that sickness. It boosts their system. And there is a batini ilaj, not a physical ilaj, but this should be part of every Muslim, every smiley, that if you have anyone sick in your family, recite Surah Shifa 7 times a day. It will give you courage and it will give them a power to fight the illness. And that is the tradition I was talking about.
All right. Thank you so
I
much.
think Allah is for the shafa, for the healing.
There are 4 names of this surah, 4 names. And there may be more, I don't know, but there are 4 names. Surah Al-Hamd, Surah Fatiha, Surah Shifa, and Ummul Kitab. There are the 4 names of the same one surah. There is surah number 1 in our dua part number 1.
Yali Madad, Doctor.
Yali Madad.
This is a little bit, my topic is a little bit different from here. And this is, I was very much speculating. How do we give Ruhani dua who is a Sunni person? Because in our tariqah, we give Ruhani dua in Jamaat Khana. But this special person was Sunni and she was my nanny for the whole life. She passed away. And she has been the real honest person to us.
Ji, I understand your question.
Her Ruhani dua.
Yes, I understand your question. एक होती है रूहानी दुआ और एक होती है सिफारिश. So first we need to understand the difference between रूहानी दुआ and sifarish. For our Ismaili brother and sister, we all get together and along with the Mukhi Sahib, we do Ruhani Dua, a particular prayer. But what about if this person was non-Ismaili, Muslim, a Christian, a Jewish, a Hindu, regardless, what do? You do sifarish. And how do you do sifarish? You ask Mola Bapa. You raise your hand. And Imam has given us permission actually to do sifarish. If you want to see that permission in writing, go to Surah Baqarah, ayat number 255, and find the word sifarish, the amar, the izan. So Allah has given us permission to do sifarish for others. Okay? So now how do you do sifarish? Ya Mola Bapa, I am your Ismaili Farzand, child, your spiritual child, and I believe and I know I am Garib and no one, nobody. I have no right to be even asking for anything from you, Mola Bapa, but I have a beautiful friend, this person who's been with me for a long time. I'm not asking for myself, Mola Bapa. I'm asking for this other Rouhani, and then whatever her name is. I'm asking for this person, please, as your spiritual child, I'm recommending this person for you to accept in your Huzur-e-Pur Noor. Teacher, take her soul, elevate her soul, forgive her all her sin, and keep her in your Huzur-e-Pur Noor. That's how you pray for her.
And doctor, you said in Surah Baqarah, in Quran it is this word Safari. Which ayat is this?
This ayah is called Ayah Kursi, ayat number 255.
I would love to give Sifarish for her.
Ameen, and we all are with you in this Sifarish. May Mawla Zaman accept your prayers, your Sifarish in the on the behalf of her soul. Ameen Ya Rabbil Alameen.
Ameen. Thank you, doctor. It was my very speculation, and today Mola gave me the chance.
Shukr Mawla, Shukr Mawla, Shukr Mawla.
To know through you. He made me your wasila. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
अलवाइज साहब मुझे पूछना था कि आप बोलते हैं कि जो कर्ज है वो फर्ज है, वो कर्ज है, ठीक है? तो फर्ज एक दुआ है, दसौंद है, वो फर्ज है, अगर हम नहीं अदा करते तो हम पे कर्ज है। तो आपने बोला वो जाहिरी है, जब बंदगी फर्ज और कर्ज नहीं है, वो बात नहीं है। और तो फिर खयानत किस में होती है? बंदगी में आपने क्वेश्चन का आंसर किया, वो समझ नहीं आया कि खयानत अमानत क्या है, उसमें हम खयानत करते हैं। तो बंदगी किस तरह अमानत हुई जबकि वो फर्ज नहीं है, तो कर्ज भी नहीं है
जी। अच्छा,
अगर हम बंदगी नहीं करते तो हम खयानत नहीं करते ना।
Okay, I think you have a dual intention hidden behind this question. So when I was talking about amanat, so first of all we need to understand what is amanat. Amanat is a trust which is given to you to keep until it's time to return. That is called amanat. Because if you don't understand the amanat, then it would be hard for us to give it back, right? So think of the old time back home when we did not have the safe deposit box in the bank. So when you will go on a travel, what would you do? You will give your jewelry, your precious, whatever is valuable to your neighbor. And you will say, keep this amanat. When I return back from my journey, then I will take it back from you. That is called amanat, a trust. Okay? That is amanat. Now, faraz. Faraz meaning compulsory. Amanat means trust. You see the two different things? Compulsory, trust. Okay. So faraz hai, wo karaz hai. Compulsory. And what is compulsory? Let's give the example. Then as Ismaili Murid, Imam has put 3 compulsory faraz on us. 3 things. You mentioned 2. 3 times dua, compulsory. There is no ifs and buts, no question, compulsory. Second is the son. And the son is of many kind. The son is just not of the money. There is our lack of knowledge that we think of the son, that Imam gave us money, so I'm going to give some the son. That is not right. That is due to the lack of knowledge. The son is of many kind. Imam has given us 24 hours. 3 hours a day is for us. Compulsory return back to the Imam as the son. The time, the knowledge, the strength, जो हमारे पास ताकत है वो हम उसको रिटर्न करते हैं, हम वॉलंटियर करते हैं अपने आप को, हम अपने नेबर की मदद करते हैं, हम किसी अपने बच्चों की मदद करते हैं, अपने माँ बाप की मदद करते हैं, अपनी जमात की मदद करते हैं. Whatever Allah has given you, that is your earning and you must return back as a farz. There is no ifs and buts. The third farz is Chandrat ki madlas. That is the only madlas which has been compulsory, required farz on Ismaili tariqa. I don't know if you knew that or not. All the other madlas are not compulsory. But Chandra madlas is farz and you must enroll yourself and your children in Chandra madlas. Okay? ये 3 फर्ज हैं. अमानत वो होती है जो किसी को पता ना हो. ये 3 चीजें तो हमको पता है. हाउ कैन इट बी अमानत? अमानत तो वो होती है जो किसी को पता नहीं होती. तो ट्रस्ट होता है बिटवीन यू एंड द पर्सन हु हैज गिवन टू यू. So Imam has given us one amanat, and especially to those who have accepted the amanat. सबके पास नहीं है ये अमानत. जो अमानत को एक्सेप्ट करता है. Again, I'm going to give you the same example. If your neighbor comes to you and say, "Can you keep my valuable?" and you say, "No, I don't want to keep it." Would you have his amanat? No, you will not have his amanat. Imam has given us as a smiley. He has trusted us by giving us the title of Dai, an ambassador, and he has given us the true knowledge of the tariqah, the batini knowledge of our tariqah. You could easily say, Amala Bapa, thank you. I do not want amanat. I do not want your true knowledge. I do not want title of Dai. I don't want to be your ambassador. And you have no amanat. You don't need to worry about it then.
So we took it by willingly?
You tell me. I don't know. It's between you and your Mola Bapa.
Become Ismaili, it's our duty to obey the Mola Bapa's farman and everything. So we have to Allah बोला ना.
वो अल्लाह की अमानत है. अल्लाह की अमानत है रूह. रसूल की अमानत है अब, और इमाम की अमानत है उसका इल्म, द तावील.
Okay. So we understand. So detail can explain later sometime.
It's already been recorded. I have explained all of this in Dua Part 5 meaning session couple of weeks ago. It's all been recorded. It's all is out there. You need to do personal search and you need to find the true meaning of our dua, part 5. And I have explained this not one time, but in Urdu, in English, many times. Find those recordings and listen to it.
या अली मदद.
या अली मदद.
मिश्रे साहब, मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि अभी कोविड के दरमियान हम लोग घर में रोजाना जो भी पकता है तो हम लोग मेहमानी निकालते हैं. तो मेहमानी निकालते हैं, साथ में हम लोग रूहानी की दुआ भी निकालते हैं. तो हम दुआ वही दे सकते हैं जो जमात खाना में देते हैं?
बेशक.
अच्छा, ठीक है. जैसे जमात खाना में दुआ देते वही दुआ दे सकते हैं ना अपने घर में?
बेशक.
ठीक है. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Aziz bhai.
Yes, Aziz bhai, Ali Madad.
Yeah, Ali Madad.
I have a
simple question. I am poor, I am learning, I'm trying to acquire knowledge, been very helpful, but my one question is, what does it mean to be a Dai? As the Imam has blessed us with or anointed us with, what does it mean to be a Dai? If you can please explain.
Ji. In our yesterday session, someone had asked this very same question, and there is a very easy answer, and Imam himself has answered this question. So let me tell you what Imam has said, and then we will go in a little bit more detail. Imam in, I believe, in Lisbon and in Atlanta, when Imam talked about the title of Dai, Imam said, after he said, all of you are my Dai, Imam has said, do you know what Dai means? Have you have any knowledge of what our Dais have done for our tariqah in the past? Okay? So Imam left the personal search to us. And here comes the answer to your question. Dais are of two kind. First of all, dais are of two kind. Potential and actual. We, as a dai of the Imam, with the farman of the Imam, the farman of the Imam is also called Duwaya Dai. Duwaya Dai, meaning Imam is saying, let me bless you. I'm going to give you dua so you may become actual Dai. And until you become actual Dai, what are you? A potential Dai. Okay. So what does mean potential Dai and actual Dai? The potential Dai means the one who is on the journey to learn the true knowledge of the Imam. They are potential Dai, and one who crosses that level and receives the actual knowledge of the Imam, may it be directly from the Imam or may it be through some intercessor, some wasila. And when you complete that knowledge, you become the actual Dai. Now it is upon you, incumbent upon you, to give that knowledge as the amanat to us. And Imam, again, I'm going to go back to the Farman. Have you seen, do you know what our Dai in our past, in our history, had done for our tariqah? What were they doing? Our Dai would be two kind. They would be Dai, they will go and find those pure souls and convert them into Ismaili. And then they will bring them to the Dai Mutallak. There were two kind of Dai. So initially, Dai will go and find the pure soul, convert them to Ismaili, and they will bring them into the other Dai. And they will teach them our tariqah, our ibadat, our dua, and everything about our tariqah. So this is all out there in our Ismaili tariqah's book. The potential Dai and actual Dai. The limited Dai and completed Dai. All these terms you will find. If you don't find it, let me know. I'll be happy to share with you.
Thank you very much. You've given me a lot to ponder and to reflect upon. It's deep. And thank you very much.
Ameen. Thank you.
Yali Madad.
Yali Madad.
Yali Madad Aziz sir.
Oh, Yali Madad, Dr. Sahib.
I really enjoyed your talk, and it was so easy that I could pass that information to my kids who love things from Quran rather than Ginan, because Ginan is more difficult to understand, especially for the present generation. I think the last lady who was talking was about the amanat. Was she trying to say whether ibadat is qarz or farz? And I think my feeling is ibadat is the personal search that we ask for and therefore we get it. But would you please enlighten this particular area?
Yes, definitely. So Dr. Saib, the answer to your question, when does ibadat becomes for us? Remember, the ibadat is not obligatory, is not a part of our shariat, part of our faraz. But the day you go to Imam and say, Ya Mola Bapa, I want to elevate my soul. I wanted to not just do what I'm doing in my physical life, but I wanted to do what actually I should be doing, and that was to recognize the Imam of the time, to get to the nur of the Imam, that I should be doing that. And I'm requesting Isme Azam. I'm asking for an Isme Azam. And when Imam gives you the Isme Azam, at that point onward, because you went there and you asked for Isme Azam, the ibadat becomes for us, on you, not on tariqah, not on everyone, every Ismaili, on you. And that is between you and your Imam. Then it becomes incumbent on you as requirement, because you admitted yourself by taking the Isme Azam. Remember when our parents enroll us in Baitul Khan Madras? Even at that point, the ibadat was not for us on you. You should be doing it. I'm not saying you should not do it. You should always do ibadat. But when does it become for us? When you go to Imam and when you ask for Isme Azam, and when you take Imam's Isme Azam, then it becomes for us. Thank you, Dr. Saib, for asking.
Thank you.
No, that was very good explanation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Saib.
Hello, Ali Madad.
Yeah, Ali Madad.
Thank you very much. It was a very good talk. I just had a question regarding the last part of Dua, Surah class. And you explained very nicely that Kullu Allahu Ahad we are talking about as a Tawil, oneness of Imams. It's all about Imam's Nur. But I just wanted to understand the Lam Yalid Walam Yulad as a Tawil, as a Ismaili.
Ji. So when it says that he was not born from anyone, nor he has given birth to anyone.
Yes.
That's where the understanding comes. If you think of a physical Imam, the body of the Imam, Imam was born from someone and Imam has children.
Yeah.
So we are not talking about physical body, are we? The Nur is one and it continues. So Nur was never born from anything or anyone, nor anyone can be born, meaning Nur cannot give a birth to another Nur. When Nur is in you and Nur is in Imam and Nur is in Peer and Nur is in Nurani family, it is the manifestation of one single Nur. It's not two Nur, it's never two Nur. Kullu Wallahu Ahad. One single Nur. He is not born from anyone, nor he gives birth to anyone. So when it comes to Nur, it's just manifestation. So if Imam gives you Nur, it doesn't mean that he's going to make another Nur and give to you. No, it is a manifestation of the same Nur, the one Nur. That's why the word Ahad is very important in Kullu Wallahu Ahad. Because there is another word, Yak. But when you say Yak, then there is a Dom. When you say one, then there is a two. When Ahad is a very important word in Arabic language, meaning one and one only, there is no second.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ya Ali Madad.
Ya Ali Madad.
My name is Zulfikar Ali Madad.
Ya Ali Madad.
My understanding of Imams, according to Sultan Moshah's Furman, that जगत ऊपर इमाम न होए तो जगत रसाड़ता जाए. So I understand that there has been imams before the Prophet Muhammad or during the existence of humanity throughout. Can you widely broaden us on that, please?
Not only that, I can physically and literally give you a name of the Imam before Adam. Would that make you happy?
Sure, it would make my understanding better.
Imam Hunayd was the Imam before Adam. Imam Shish was the Imam after Adam. So now you can see, and I'm sure Altaf has the list of the Imam before each prophet and after each prophet. And then if you want names of the Imam from Adam all the way to Mola Ali Murtaza, there were 49 Imams between Adam and Prophet Muhammad. And we will be happy and gladly share that with you. Your statement is 100% correct. This world, this dunya cannot sustain itself for a single second without the Imam-e-Zaman. Imam are always, always and always present in this world.
Just in regards to, when you get these names of the Imams, one person has asked, did you get them from, which source have you got this from? Someone was asking.
Oh, there are so many books I cannot even tell you.
So it's from literature.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Look at Sarair, the book written by Mansoor Yamani. Sarair. Book Qasus al-Anbiya by Qazi Noman. Look at Wajh-e-Din by Pir Nasir Khusro. Like I said, I cannot even tell you how many books mention this. Remember, Imam in 1968, our present Imam, had given us a very, very particular farman. He said, if you want to learn about our tariqah, go to the original source. Read the books of our Dais and Pirs and Hujjatan. Like Dr. Zulfikar just was talking about, and I believe he has another question he wanted to ask, that his son wanted to read something which we can currently read and understand, and also we can explain to others. Can we explain our Ginan to others? No, we can't. So what do? We have to find the common knowledge that we can share with all of the people of the book, regardless of Muslim or non-Muslim. Ji.
Thank you.
I have a question, if I may.
Sorry, go on Zulfikar first, and then we'll go to you.
Regarding the dua in the last part, when we say the names of all the Imams together in a line, what is the significance of this and what does it tell us? Because we didn't touch on that at all.
Yes, because there is also in the dua part 6, which we covered last Sunday, but a quick reference would be Surah 7, ayat number 170, where Allah has commanded us to remember Him by His beautiful names. And the beautiful names of Allah are the living Imams of the time. And that's why we recite the names of the Imam in our dua.
I was thinking just to express my idea that, of course, this is the Shajra of the Imam since Hazrat Ali, and it goes 1500 years without a break. And that just shows Imamat is strong, continuous, link by link, of which I don't see a history. I don't see any other example of this sort in other people or other communities or other religious folk. Just mentioning.
Yes, subhanallah.
Oh, Yali, brother, I have a comment based on what you said about the Shifa, the first surah of the Quran, which is the Shifa, in relation to that. So before I say that, number one, we talked about ibadat, and somebody had asked, is it compulsory or is it not? Mullah Baba says you're not forced to come here, but I believe that it is very necessary, and I'll leave it at that. So with the Abi Shifa, I'm talking about, the niyaz you take after Uthapanji, just before that part is wrapped up. That niyaz is called Abi Shifa, and it's said to have health properties. My grandfather always used to tell me to take this niyaz, and I never knew why, but then after Mullah gained his strength, I did some researching. So now in relation to this, I'm just thinking of the Gatpat ceremony. We say that, Surah Fatiha during the Gatpat ceremony. So I'm wondering, is this related to that? Number one. And number two, please, this is a request. Can you please do a session for us on the significance of our Gatpat ceremonies? Deep significance, if you can please do. But please comment on this Abi Shifa, because religiously, I take Abi Shifa, and when I go people know me, I say, give me half and half. So I get half niyaz before, half niyaz after. So please comment on this relation.
So Altaf, make a note of this subject, and inshallah, as soon we get a chance, we will cover the niyaz and niyaz ceremony. So Abi Shifa and Surah Shifa. And in Quran, if Allah talks about the rahmat, of any sort of rahmat, may it be in the name of Rahman and Rahim, but as Allah is talking about purification, the word you need to look for is taharat. If Allah is talking about taharat, then you would have to find all of those references of purification and to understand the complete Shifa. So here we are just talking about two. Surah Shifa, because that is our tradition, that those who recite Surah Shifa gives them taharat, the purification, the Shifa from the illness. So my question, I always say, when I say one, don't stop there. Are we talking about just physical bimari? Or are we talking about the spiritual bimari? Or are we talking about bimari of your concept and bimari of your thoughts? Which bimari, which illness are we talking about? Surah Shifa gives you Shifa from all of the illness, not only physical. Abi Shifa does the same thing, give you the Shifa from your physical illness or give you strength, because physical illness is not that important, but it gives you strength. But your spiritual illness is very important to the Imam, so he gives you Abi Shifa to purify, give you Shifa of the illness of your soul, of your concept and your intellect.
Beautiful. Now one more in relation to this is black seed. Prophet Muhammad alayhi salam has said black seed cures everything but death. Now, is this any relation, or is, this is, I'm taking it all the time and having black seed in everything now. But please comment on black seed and then I'll let somebody else go.
There are many traditions and the cure. Cure in the ginger, cure in the honey, cure in the onion, and of course seeds. And there are so many. So our Prophet,
talks about honey, yes.
Yeah, our Prophet has given us not only the understanding of our soul and intellect, but they have also given us the cure for our physical diseases, and that is one of them.
Yali Madad.
Yali Madad.
Just one question. Last week you said about the bandagi, how you hold your palms, yeah, and say your bowl very quickly and then slow down. How can you show me how you join the palm, please?
So you take your hand and you close it and put your thumb over here, and then on the other side put your thumb on top. So on both sides. So you see that? Like this?
Yeah.
And the reason for this was because if you recite your Ismi Azam in such a speed, and if you understand your bowl, two things. if you recite your Ismi in such a speed and you understand your Ismi, it will create energy, electric. And Ismi is not on linear line, but it is circular. So when it creates that energy, if you are sitting like this, you lose that energy. You want to capture that energy. So having said that, I wanted to say this in recording, a disclaimer. If you cannot have strength enough, if you cannot bear this electric current, do not do that. Do not do this. You have to have a power and strength to capture the electricity or the energy of the Ismi Azam. And what will happen? Let me tell you that. Let me push myself back a little bit. So when you are reciting Ismi Azam, it will go from here and it comes into your hand and it will continue, if you are holding the hand, back to you and back to your forehead. It will make a complete circle. But it is a powerful, powerful energy. If you cannot bear that energy, if you don't have that strength in your physical body, then don't do that.
Can you show once more, please?
How do we understand we have the strength or not?
Oh, you will feel the current, right? If you feel the current, and if you feel, oh my God, this is not for me, just open your arm and do your ibadah. Don't worry about this. This is not for everybody. You will feel the current and you will know if you can do it or not. You can practice and inshallah you will be able to do that. You will be able to capture the energy. But this is the old Sufis way of doing ibadat because they were in hurry to become one with the Imam. They wanted to be Fanafi Imam. So this was how they will capture the energy and get to the next level quickly. So I will request all of my brothers and sisters, especially my elders, if you don't have that strength in your body, do not do this. This is not for you.
Thank you.
One more time.
Where can you show the thumbs again?
Okay. So this is your two hands. One this way, one this way. And you hold your hand, put your thumb over here, put your thumb over here on the other side. You can see it on both sides. Because this thumb, that's where the energy will come from, right here. And your energy from your thumb, it will come into your hand and it will travel all the way up to your forehead. And then it will circle back into your next thumb and then again it will travel back to your hand and come into your head. This is the old Sufi way of doing ibadat with Ismi Azam. This is very secretive.
Where to that hand on the lap? Where to keep both the hands on the lap or on the chest or where?
Oh, in your lap, yes. Okay, this is for everyone. That this is the one of the secret of the ibadat. Secrets of the secret of the ibadat. Few people knows about it, okay? So today you know about it. Keep it to yourself because I don't want anyone to hurt themselves, okay? So when you do this, even though your hand is in your lap, you will feel the jolt. Jolt किसको बोलते हैं? करंट लगेगा. जब भी करंट लगेगा ना, जब भी jolt होगा, if you cannot bear it, open your hand. It's as simple as that. But when you have the jolt, you will not be able to keep your hand down. Your hand will be shaking like this, and you will be moving, shaking. But those who have perfected their Ismi Azam, who have perfected their ibadat, they can use this method to move forward quickly. So this method is not for everyone. This method is not for beginners, I would say. This method was used by our dais and the Sufis in the times, and I'm sure there are few people using it today, but it is very secretive method. It is not open to everybody. So please do not disclose to all, because I don't want you to hurt anyone. Because if you disclose to them and you hurt them, it will be upon you, not on me. G.
Aziz bhai, Yani Mother.
Yani Mother. Yes.
Just a quick comment that I'd like to make. I've heard your talks and they are wonderful that you are able to help us understand the faith and the practices that we have, which are really tariqah based in the sense that they're spiritual matters. I just want to refer to the current situation with the Imam in terms of the latest farmans that he has made, especially with the Diamond Jubilee farmans, and then for the times where he has given Ismi Azam. Imam, or looking at the situation of the times, really, to me it seems like he's tried to make it so easy for us. Obviously, that doesn't mean that we take it for granted. Obviously, we have to do what we have to do. But he has, reflecting on the times, made it so easy for us that in the farmans that he made in the darbars, it talks about mushkila asan, it talks about solving problems together, win-win situation, and that kind of thing. Which really puts all these other kind of understanding of the faith in a nutshell, to say that if you look at the Imam, he's your guide, he's actually blessing you, but is that blessing actually penetrating into you in the sense, are you ready to accept it? If you accept it, then he makes it very easy for you, because the times have changed. I look at our grandchildren, and it's just amazing that they come with so much nur and so on, but how do we actually bring them up? Because as soon as they get older, we try to force them into secularism, try to teach them all the things about the world. The part of the ibadat and the part of the practice of the faith gets really left to the left to the last minute, really. So if it's time for prayers, how many people actually sit down and say with the children that, no, before you go to sleep, we are going to say our dua? Or when they wake up in the morning, instead of saying dua running to the school in the car, that they should sit down at home and say the dua properly. So all I'm saying is that my feeling is that I think we because of the times where the pressure of time, the pressure of daily life is so much onto us, Imam is trying to make it so much easier for us. And if we cannot even understand that his blessings are with us, he's holding our hand, as he said in a lot of his formats, especially in Betul Khayal as well. I was absolutely amazed that he actually says, I'll be holding your hand. Then I think it's up to us to take the responsibility. And I think that is where I think a lot of the questions are coming in, because we are not taking responsibility. Similarly with the COVID, it's the same thing. We are not taking the responsibility. If we took the responsibility, then we will surely be able to take, when I say us together as one body, that if you do not take responsibility, then this COVID is going to go spreading, you see. Unless we all take responsibility and say, no, we are in it together. Same with the Noor, same with helping each other out. I mean, Imam in every format keeps repeating this thing that we have to be caring to each other, we have to be generous to each other. Are we really going to walk that path? We find it very difficult. And these are the things that are obstacles in us understanding our faith. That's the only comment I wanted to make.
Thank you. I don't see any question. And yes, I agree with you. If we want to, there's a big if we are the soldiers, if we are the true murid, and if we are the true followers of the Imam, Imam is walking fast and forward. We can sit on the Sirat al-Mustaqim, or we can walk, or we can run. Because the Imam is running, he's not waiting for anyone. If we are with the Imam, we need to keep up. We need to run with him. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you.
Yeah, can I ask a question, please?
Okay, go on, Shanazati.
Yeah, Ali Madad.
We've only got 7 minutes, yeah?
Yeah, Ali Madad.
Yeah. A quick question from like by ALWAAZ. I always think જ્યારે આપણે રૂહાનીની દુઆ કરાવીએ છે કોઈ ગુજરી જાય છે તો like ઘણા વર્ષો સુધી કરાવીએ છે. So we believe કે એનાથી રૂહાનીને સવાબ મળે છે અને એની રૂહ ઉપરથી ઉપર જતી જાય છે, રાઈટ? એને તરક્કી મળે છે. So my question is like લાઈક કોઈ ગુજરી જાય ભલે એને 30, 35, 40 જેટલા બી વર્ષ થઈ ગયા આપણે રૂહાનીની એની દુઆ કરાવતા રહી શકીએ છીએ કે because as human beings you do not know that they took like if Mola gave them another thing or they came back to the world or what, but in our as a human mind we can just think that yeah mari mummy gujri gayi ya koi bhi gujri gayi to hu dua karavti rahu. So what is your opinion on that, please?
Okay, there is a one ill concept. નજરિયામાં ખરાબી છે એક ગુજરાતીમાં આપણા નજરિયામાં ખરાબી છે because you use the word did they come back and took a rebirth in our world again. You need to listen to lectures on reincarnation which was just delivered yesterday evening. So you know they are not coming back, number one. Number two, if you listen to the lecture, it is hour, some minutes, you will have answer to all of your question that you have just asked me now. Short answer to your question. Read Mullah Baba's Chandas Farman. When you are sending salawat and dua for the Ruhani, it is you who gets the sawab. 99% comes to you, only 1% go to Ruhani, and that's it.
Okay, thank you very much for enlightening that, and I've requested the recordings. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
it is called the Journey of the Soul, and it was just delivered yesterday.
याली मदद अजीज सर,
याली मदद।
क्वेश्चन फॉर यू। मुझे ये पूछना था कि जब वो 3 टाइम्स दुआ पढ़ते हैं बच्चों के साथ, तो बच्चों को अरबिक समझ नहीं आती है, दे नो द मीनिंग, बट बिकॉज वी से 3 टाइम्स अ डे, it has become like sometimes it becomes like just a parrot thing, like you just say it for the sake of saying it. So how do you bring some, you know, like I know they know the meaning. Sometimes also what I wanted to ask you was they say they say dua in English. Is that okay to say dua in English? And can we substitute dua with something else?
Okay, so last question. No, you cannot substitute dua with anything else.
Okay.
Having said that, actually I had gone to one of the Jamaat Khana in America one time, long time ago. And there were all youngsters from the colleges. So the Mukhi Sahib or Mukhiani Ma, somebody said the first dua in Arabic, and the second dua was literally said in English, in Jamaat Khana. Okay? Remember, it is not the Arabic, it is not the Urdu, it is not the English. It would be nice if our children can learn our dua, because they can learn things you will be amazed. If they can learn all this computer and all these things, they can surely learn our dua. But if they know the translation of the dua, and if you can make them understand the meaning of the dua, that is good enough. You are okay with that.
Okay, thank you.
What is the difference between Batini Nurani Didar and Batuni Nurani Didar? I always get confused with this.
Perfect question. Perfect question. Those of you who do not speak Urdu, this is a very good lesson to learn. Batuni Nurani Didar. English translation, talkative, lightning Didar. Batini Nurani Didar, inner lightning Didar. That is the difference. Batuni का मतलब होता है talkative. Are you looking for talkative Didar? Or are you looking for Nurani Didar?
तस्वीर पढ़ाई जाती है तो कोई कहता है बातूनी नहीं.
Don't worry about others. Don't worry about others. Us, me and you, let's fix that. Batini, Nurani, Didar. Batini, inner. Nurani, Nur ka. Didar is Didar. Ji.
Okay, Thank you for joining us again.
Thank you, everybody.